So today I'm gonna change the front rotors and brakes and the rear brake pads. So let's get to it. First thing I'm gonna do is jack up the car and then put this jack stand underneath and start loosening up the lug nuts. Now I'm gonna take out the lug nuts. Take off the wheel. I'm gonna slide the wheel under the car for more safety. And now we see the rotor and the caliper. So there's going to be two 14mm bolts back here. So before I take off the 14s, I'm gonna head and use some WD-40 to loosen this up, because we're not reusing this rotor. Spray some of that. Here's the 14mm. One, and there's another one on this bottom side. By the way, this is a 2009 Toyota Camry. There you go. Take off your two 14mm. Now you can pull off the rotor. The caliper. So I'm gonna come back here to show you the 17s. Right here, there's one on the bottom, and one right here. I'm gonna take those out, and then we can take out the bracket. So now we got the bracket off. What I'm gonna do is clean this whole thing down with brake cleaner. And you see these? We're gonna take all these old ones out. I hold the brake pads in. There's 4 of them, and we're gonna replace them with new hardware. Once you clean it all off, you can pull these out too, so you can re-grease them. Pull these out, clean this up, and then put grease on it, and then slide it back in. So these are the clips. You're gonna put them back the same way you took them out. So like that. I'm gonna watch these tabs so they face out, and they're supposed to be on the bottom. Just like that. And you do it on this side also. So now I'm gonna take out the rotor. It might be stuck, that's why I oiled it in the beginning. I'm gonna bang this because I'm not gonna reuse that rotor. But if you're reusing it, there's like 2 holes right here, 1, 2, where you can stick a bolt in and then screw it, and it'll like pull this off. So, yep. Just like that. Got the rotor off. So here's the new rotor. Before you put on the new rotor, you're gonna want to clean it because there's oils on it and grease. So you get a clean rag with no grease or oil on it. Clean the surface of the brake pads where they're gonna go. You can see clean that up. Make sure you don't touch the surface. I'm gonna put this on. Just like that. And now I put on a lug nut to hold it straight. And now we clean this side. The 17 millimeters in. We're gonna torque these 17s to, I think 78, 79 pounds. So we put these 17s on. Now we're going to torque it to 79 pounds. And now we're going to put the new brake pads in. It's the new ones. It's the old ones. See the difference? You can also spray this with a brake clean and wipe it down. And go ahead and put them in. got those in, and now you want to put these little clip pin things in. Weird. Just like that. I'm gonna put pressure out, so you might have to squeeze this and hold it before you put the caliper on. And with the caliper, you also want to clean it, the piston on it, clean all that brake dust off, the brake dust buildup, and then we're gonna have to push it in a little bit because now the pads are thicker. So, yep, you have to push in your piston and it can go over the new pads. Put the caliper on. Oh wait, I forgot one step. I'm gonna push in the caliper piston. Just like that. And then now we put it on. Put your 14s back in. Like that. We're gonna torque these down to 25 foot-pounds, 25, 26. So that's how you do the front. It's simple. So torque these down. The 14s hold the rotor. You pull that off. And then this bracket is held down by two 17s. Pull that off. And then the rotor should come free. So I'm done. You can clean it again. You can never clean the rotors too much. Some brake clean, wipe it down. So, yep. Now I'm just gonna put this wheel on and then get the car off the jack stands and press the front brake. Check, make sure it's not soft, and then we can head on to the rears. So the rear brakes, I'm just gonna do the pads. Already loosened the lug nuts, got a jack under it. I'm just gonna loosen these up. So the same as the front, 14mm on top and bottom right here. Take that out, and then we can get the rotor out, or the caliper. And you can see the difference. It's still pretty good, but if you're gonna put new ones on the front, you might as well put new ones on the back. And I'm gonna spray this all down with brake clean. Pull these out. put some new hardware. So let's get it going. Wipe it all down. Got the new hardware on. Got your new brake pad. Just push it back in. Do the other side. Where's the other one? Got this one on the back side, and we put the rotor back on. Or the rotor, put the caliper back on. The new pads on. Forgot me to squeeze it in. Just like that. And there you have it. It's done. Torque these down to about 25. So that's how I do the brakes. You do the same with the other side, just like the front. You do the same with the front, other side. The rear, what I did on this side, you do the same on the other side. So, thanks for watching. And we out.